Hi guys, it's Games here, and today I'm going to be doing a video that's different from what I usually do. So I have been playing this game called Polytopia a lot, and it's a pretty fun indie game, I'd say. It's a really fun, you start from scratch and you're a tribe and you have to claim cities, build troops, harvest resources for population, and upgrade your city. And I just play this game a lot, so I decided, I'm going to start making videos on it. Hopefully I can get some views on those videos, whatever. So if you're seeing this and you play Polytopia, make sure to try to leave a like because this video is definitely really exciting. I have actually made Polytopia videos before, but I just really haven't posted them or edited them because they weren't as interesting as this video. Because this video is really unique and most of the community around this game hasn't even heard of this, which is crazy because the developer literally said this. It's too bad he didn't make a Twitter post or something on it, but I'm going to be talking about it today. And what I'm going to be talking about is they are going to revamp ocean exploration. So I'm going to show myself on screen explaining why I know this. So I'm going to show myself on screen explaining why I know this. This video almost has 7K views, and that's it. And if you tap on this video...
Don't get me wrong.
In this video, he talks about updates he wants in the future. He talks about team games where you could do things as a team, fight bosses as a team. He wants AI improvements. He wants an ocean update. The thing is, if you scroll down to the comment section, you'll actually see one of the developers, Brendan Stockwell. This guy tends to comment on a lot of the Polytopia YouTube videos. So let's see what he said. Things I can confirm. AI is getting improvements, and I will continue to get improved as updates come out with new content. Naval will get improved. That's been on the list for a while. Team games have been on a to-do list for years. We've moved the Add Friends button to the top of the list on the internal branch. Expect that to go public sometime soon. So what I'm getting from this is the naval update will be a thing, which is great because, naval is really bad in Polytopia. And I'll go over that in this video today. And, it's pretty interesting to know that eventually a naval update will come out for Polytopia. Okay, that is very interesting and exciting because that is actually a big update that isn't just changing maybe a little design somewhere. So I'm going to go over some possibilities I've thought of in a brief explanation, and then I'll go back over some of them I was already talking about. So one of the main possibilities is they might revamp Aquarion. Now I'll talk about this at the end of the video because this is one of the least interesting things, but Aquarion sucks and has so little to it compared to the other alien tribes. And literally they have battleships in Aquarion. We're talking people who can float on water, who have to buy battleships as if they're a normal tribe. That literally makes zero sense. It would really be cool if they revamped Aquarion. So I'll be talking about what they might do if they were to do that. But that isn't guaranteed to happen. What is guaranteed to happen is they will revamp boats and stuff. So they're going to add more units involving the ocean. They will completely revamp boats because boats are really stupid. It's just spamming giant boats, and that's basically the entire thing. There's no naval combat, basically. It's literally just get giant on dock, haha, shoot, funny. Literally takes zero skill, and there's no, strategy on boats. On land, you have to combo with knights, use shields, use giants, use catapults, and then on the ocean, it's literally just, haha, approach, shoot, kill, haha, multiple shoot, kill, haha. Now, I actually made a very garbage chart, which probably won't look like this, of just some ideas of what they could have for the boats, the new boats. But before I said that, I would like to specify that they will have new biomes probably in the ocean, because the ocean is right now just basically ocean, and it'd really be cool if they had new biomes. Now, what biomes could you expect? You could expect maybe a coral reef, that'd be crazy, a swamp biome, and a deep sea biome. Now, a deep sea biome would be a place maybe where sharks could attack your boat rarely, so it's a dangerous place. Maybe there'll be rocks sticking up randomly, and that would be really cool if they had something like that. So back to boat redesign and new boats. I made this really garbage chart on the screen right here, and I'm just going to talk about what it's like, what it could mean for the skill tree. So, as you can see at the bottom, you start with just a normal... Now, it's not going to look like this. There's going to be if they did this in the game, they'd probably only have a few boats added, but some of the boat ideas are better than others. So this is what I would do if I was a developer. So you'd start at the bottom of the skill tree, where you'd have to buy just the ability to craft boats, and there'd be other things mixed in, like how to get population from ocean-related things, maybe fishing nets. That would be very cool to get more population. So you start with a boat, and you could pick two ways. there's the fighting boats, and then there's the exploration boats and like population boats. Cause like just like in the actual game, there's like riders and knights, and there's like shieldsmen, giants, and there's just different approaches you could have to what you want to do. Do you want to explore and invest in growing your cities, or do you want to invest in taking other cities? So it'd be like that except for the ocean. So there's a sniper boat one way, and there's a sailboat the other way. Now the sniper boat is just like a basic boat with a bit of an extended range that could shoot arrows and do a decent amount of damage. It's nothing much. It's just a boat with extended range, just the thing before the better battle boats. And then to the right, there's the sailboat. Now this boat would just be the basic sailboat, has decent traveling skills and can travel pretty far, but can't travel as much as some of the upgraded boats. Okay, so above the sniper boat, from the sniper boat, you could upgrade to the battleship or the fortified boat. Now these would be fighting boats. Now the battleship would be like a very slow boat, because you gotta have speed mixed around with different boats. You can't just have all the powers in one type of boat like they have right now. So the battleship would be very slow but very like heavy hitter. It'd be like a catapult on water, and it'd probably have like 20 health, and you'd have to craft it right from the docks. And the fortified boat would just be like the shieldsman boat. It'd be rather cheap, and it would have high defense on water. And yeah, it's basically just a shield, but on the water. Now, from the sailboat, you could upgrade to get the resource boat or the speed boat. Now, the resource boat might be a boat that you could use to get resources from other islands and extract them and maybe bring it back to your cities. On ocean maps, getting resources is really difficult, so it'd be really cool if there was a boat that could like go whale hunting, or maybe like what could a resource boat do? Maybe it could like stop on an island, extract the resources, and then bring them back to the capital. I think that would be really cool, and it'd make the game more than just based on what you have around you. It'd give you the opportunity to extract resources from other locations. So that is pretty cool, the resource boat idea. And the next idea from the sailboat is the speedboat. Now this is exactly like it sounds. Now this boat will have the highest seeing range of any boat, meaning it'll be very good for scouting out areas. It'll have very low damage, but it'll be very fast, and I think it'll be able to hit and move. So it'll kind of be like, it'll be very good for exploring and seeing territory, and it'll help you get things like the Eye of God, and it might be part of the meta, I don't know. These are just some ideas for boats I have. I don't really have any other ideas, but I'm pretty sure they're going to revamp battleships. I'm pretty sure they're going to revamp sailboats, and they're pretty sure they're going to revamp fortified boats. Another thing they could do with boats is make it so you start with a basic boat, and from there, you could upgrade the boat to other types of boats. I think that'd be really cool, because instead of having to fill the skill tree with the ability to craft boats from scratch, you could just upgrade the boat to that point. But I feel like that would be pretty stupid, because it'd be using the old system of just having troops go on docks to create boats, which I don't really like. I feel like you should just be able to make boats from the dock, like in real life. In terms of ocean biomes, the coral reef is a biome. I just thought of it because, what else are you going to have for biomes in terms of ocean? I don't know what the coral reef might have. Maybe it'll have, like, special, like, rare exotic fish that, like, if resource boats collect, maybe it'll give them, like, a rare buff or something. Maybe it'll, like... Okay, the thing is about coral reefs is they will mostly be cosmetic if they were to be added to the game, which is why they probably won't be added, because Polytopia really isn't a cosmetic game. Because everything in the game has a purpose, and there's no useless things. And even the useless things have use, but aren't as in the meta. For example, spiritualism. Completely useless, but does have a use. By useless, I mean you don't use it in games, but it can be used to win games. It can be used to give you advantage in very odd situations. But everything in Polytopia has a use, and there's no random features, really. So I feel like a coral reef would just be cosmetic, and they probably won't add that as a biome, but it'd really be cool maybe if resource boats could collect like special fish there to get special population to bring back. The next idea is the swamp. Now I do have an idea for the swamp actually, and what it'll do is it'll be a very boring place with not much resources, and it will slow down boats in the area. So maybe a boat speed will be cut in half in a swamp, and you'll avoid swamps. And I was thinking maybe like certain boats, like speed boats, could avoid the swamp's debuff. That'd be really cool to add to the meta, and I don't know. The next bit is the deep sea. This is probably what they already have a deep sea, but I feel like it's just kind of blank. What they could add is having random rock structures form that you could have to dodge around, and maybe you couldn't shoot over these rock structures because they're really high up. Also, maybe the deep sea could have sharks or abandoned floating rafts that you could loot. That would be really cool. And I don't know, that's just some random ideas. I really think it'd be cool if there was like some sort of danger aspect. I also think it'd be really cool if there was different species of fish. I don't know how they'd make like that really unique part of the game be like a thing. Like, oh, salmon does this, that does that. Like, it'd kind of be boring if they had unique fish, so they probably won't do that. It'll probably just be a boat revamp on this update, but I'm just spitting out every idea I've got. So, another idea I had is ocean ruins look really stupid. They're just ruins in the middle of the ocean popping out. It's kind of stupid and awkward. I really think it'd be cool if they replaced ocean ruins with abandoned ships. That'd be awesome. Because then it'll actually make speedboats really useful because they could have higher range and higher movement if they added speedboats or something. And they'd also be able to be extracted for more ocean-related resources. So instead of like just having the chance of getting like a warrior battleship or like just some basic skills, maybe looting a old battleship could give you any sort of boat on the skill tree that I showed you. And the skill tree I showed you was pretty bad, so maybe you shouldn't like watch this video. Okay, so they will probably revamp the ocean skill tree, but in terms of what they will revamp, I really don't know, but I do have some ideas. They will probably repurpose docks as a station for boats to be built from scratch instead of taking a troop, but this boat that is made from scratch from the docks will take up housing space, maybe housing space on the dock or for the city. I think that'd be really cool because instead of having to upgrade boats from troops, because like it just stems down to the troop at the end, you know, like if you put a giant on a dock, then it's good, but if you put a warrior on a dock, then it's one-shottable. I feel like you should just be able to make as many boats of a type you want, but then from there, like have different boats. Maybe they could add things like fishing nets to like fish. That'd be really cool. Like instead of just having fish as the only resource to be extracted from the ocean and whales, maybe they could have it so like fishing nets cost more but give you more population. And there's so many different ideas you could have for this. Like maybe certain boats could hit and then run. I'm thinking like the sniper boat might be able to do that. And maybe the battleship could be like not a hit and move thing, but they do tons of damage. There's so many different ideas that they could stem from, but this is just a basic idea. The reason I came up with this video is because I go to a thing called Stagecraft after school and I kind of just stand around. So, you know, I just get bored and I just like, whatever. I'll think of ideas for this update and I'll write it down. So that's what I did. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about revamping Aquarion. Aquarion sucks so bad. Why in the world does Aquarion, literally a tribe made for floating on water, need boats in their skill tree? Like, while other things like Simanta have like super detailed skill tree and super epic stuff, Polaris could literally freeze, Illyrian could like tame animals, Simanta can explode and poison and like move super quickly and it's just insane. While Aquarion, all Aquarion can do is have a few units that float on water. Like, the only thing good about Aquarion is the tridents. It's actually not even worth it, because like other tribes like Barter, when you're playing against an actual player, they'll just be so far ahead in terms of resources that by the time you get tridents, they'll have like maxed out giant battleships. So Aquarion sucks, and assuming they want to make alien tribes better than average, they should revamp Aquarion slightly as well. I think they should replace Aquarion battleships with like a new unit, like a giant unit, instead of like having like just a stupid battleship. Okay, so there you have it. A naval update is confirmed, but all those were just theories, random theories I came up with, and they weren't really interesting, probably. But what I can guarantee you is they probably will do some revamping to the skill tree when they do come out with this update. It'll probably take them a year because they're very slow at developing updates. But they will probably add more boats to the game. Just I don't know what system they want in place for these boats. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button. But before the video ends, I'd actually like to say something. So when I was talking about the boat ideas, those are just random boat ideas because I just came up with every possible boat I could think of. But when I did say stuff like speedboat and sniper boat, I did not actually mean modern technology things. Because Polytopia is a very it's kind of older times themed. So by speedboat, I probably mean like steamboat, like, you know, like the old steamboats. It's not like a motorboat, but it's like a basic technology. Kind of like how Vengir has sword crafting technology. Also, I'd like to specify that a lot of the stuff in this video could end up being in the update, but the thing is, all we know for now is there will be an ocean update. The only thing really guaranteed is a skill tree revamp and battleship fixes, so it's not just battleship oriented. So I hope you enjoyed. If you like Polytopia content, make sure to subscribe, and I'll make some more later.